Today we're at the Sigenergy Global Smart Manufacturing Centre and we're going to go inside and have a look at how they make their cutting-edge, amazing products. So join me today as we explore the rigorous testing processes that ensure the reliability and stability of Sigenergy products. So what we're doing here is testing the resistance of the products to cold weather, and the way that we do that is adding water to the machines before we put them inside. And as you can see, ice is forming on the surface at a very low temperature. So the average annual temperature in Antarctica is minus 25 degrees. We actually test these products in the test chamber at minus 30 degrees, as you can see there, and the product continues to operate absolutely fine. So how do we test the waterproof performance of the product? We do something what's called the high temperature water splash test. So this basically simulates a heavy rainstorm at 40 degrees Celsius, spraying around 2 litres of water per minute onto the device. And the Sigenergy product passes this test. So what we've got here is a high and low temperature and humidity testing chamber. So we put the products inside and it undergoes rigorous testing conditions. So we run this test for over 2,000 hours at 60 degrees Celsius, 93% humidity. 2,000 hours is basically the equivalent of more than 80 days. So the reason that we choose 2,000 hours is that there's lots of scientific testing that proves that that is the equivalent of 25-year life cycle of a standard product in a real life scenario. So what we've got here is the temperature cycling test, and what we do is pop the inverters inside, and over a 10-minute period the temperature will cycle between minus 40 degrees to plus 65 degrees and then back down to minus 40 degrees. And then each minute it will fluctuate by a difference of 10 degrees. So if you come over here, you can have a quick look inside. So this rigorous test puts the product through extreme conditions. We run the test for 3,600 hours, which is the equivalent of 1,500 cycles. Essentially the same as a 25-year standard life cycle of the product in a real life scenario.
So the next test that I want to show you is probably one of the most important tests that we do here. This is the electromagnetic compatibility test, and this ensures that our products have low radiation levels. So the purpose of this is essentially to ensure that there's no electromagnetic interference. So when you install the product, it doesn't interfere with other electronic products. Okay, so just to explain what's going on, because it probably looks a little bit strange. So we've got the inverter spinning around and we've got a large receiving antenna. So as that turns, this goes up and down, and it's basically measuring the radiation very accurately that's emitted from the product. Then that goes on to a computer simulation and it gives us a very accurate reading of the radiation levels. So everything that you see in this room costs over $1 million US. So we really invest heavily on this test. And the results are really good. So we actually get 34 decibels of radiation. The standard is actually 40, so we've done really well on this. We've placed a high level of importance on it.
So the next test that I want to show you is called the impulse current test. So Sigenergy supply their products all around the globe, so we need to make sure that they operate safely in extreme weather conditions. So what we're going to do now is press a little button on here, and that's going to simulate a lightning strike going into the inverter and the battery, which is instantaneously pushing 10,000 amps into the product, and then we're going to see if everything works okay. So here we go. I'll just quickly run away. So I'm going to switch the inverter on now and see if everything's working as it should. 10,000 amps has just been pushed through it, which is the equivalent of a lightning strike. There you go, everything's working fine. So before leaving the factory, each device undergoes strict aging testing, and each of these rooms is where we do that. So we set the temperature at 45 degrees. That basically sets an environment similar to a sauna. Through the simulation and assessment of extended usage and environmental conditions, Sigenergy consistently delivers products to the market that are not only robust and dependable, but they also exhibit long-term reliability, performance and safety. So thanks for watching everybody. I've really enjoyed showing you around the Sigenergy testing facility. Please stay tuned because there is plenty more to come.